Who is beefing Liverpool right now? Let me know. Who's trying to beef me? We're that good. 5 wins on the bounce. Second in the league. Listen, anyone can get it. I don't even care. Anyone can get it. Anyone right now. Yo people, we're back with another episode of Big Six Bants. It's the month's match reaction. I know it's been a while. I know, but I am back. Before we start, I need you guys to do one thing and smash the like button. Let's aim for about 100 likes minimum for today's video. Of course, it is Liverpool versus West Ham match reaction, 3-1 at Anfield. Obviously, the goal scorers of Darwin Nunez, Mo Salah, and Diogo Jota, and of course, Jared Bowen. I'd say with the equaliser, a little something, you know, maybe a possible replacement of the right wing. But, no, I'm getting too excited. Anyway, run the intro. Let's get into the video. Who's beefing us right now? Who is beefing Liverpool right now? Let me know. Who's trying to beef me? We're that good. 5 wins on the bounce. Second in the league. Listen, anyone can get it. I don't even care. Anyone can get it. Anyone right now. Just hold up your 5s. Hey, listen. 5 wins on the bounce. Yeah? Talk to us nicely. Talk to us nicely. We're not United, them bums over in Manchester. We're not Chelsea, them bums in blue. I mean, City got 6 in a row, so I'm saying we're not quite on their level. But you know what? Listen, you get the memo. You get the memo. Second in the league, 5 wins in a row. We've just gone and beaten a very, very strong West Ham side. And what a performance by the boys once again. Now, I have been a little bit critical over Liverpool in the last few games, simply because the way we've been starting games, in my opinion, has been very, very unsustainable. I feel like if we want to bridge the gap between Manchester City and Arsenal and, you know, kind of move away from the Chelsea, Uniteds, the Tottenhams, the Brightons and whatnot, and the Newcastles, I feel like we have to start games better and obviously get that established 6 in place, because I feel like we are a little bit susceptible going backwards. But our firepower is out of this world. We are gunmen. That's what we are. That's what Liverpool are right now. We're gunmen. Guaranteed goals. You know what I'm saying? So there's just a kind of a lot to unpack when it comes to a game like this. Of course, we kind of started in a similar way that we have to the game in Lask. We started a little bit similar to the game at Anfield, Bournemouth. You know, now that I think about it, actually, the only 2 games we've started well is actually Chelsea and Villa. But again, we have just managed to outscore teams. And this is a very good feat to have, because it shows that, last season, I believe we lose a lot of those games or we draw a lot of those games. But now we're showing a certain resilience, a certain experience. Now, if we're able to add that to the first half and start blowing teams away in the first half, I won't be real. We're going to be a serious, serious threat long term as well as right now, because sitting second in the league is a statement. Yeah? We have Tottenham after this, and we're going to get into that throughout the week. We're going to talk about so many of the other team positions and who can pose a threat to Liverpool and whatnot. But this is very, very important that we keep up this momentum. I think right now, the fact that Konate didn't play and Matic came in and there's still no Trent in the squad, and we're playing without a recognised 6, and we're still winning games. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I don't even want to get too excited. I don't want to say nothing too mad. You know what I'm saying? It is game week 6. It is very, very early. But I don't think anyone in the Premier League right now is playing to their best of, to their maximum potential. I feel like Arsenal have a few gears to go up. I feel like Man City, even though they're 6-0, have a few gears to go up as well. Liverpool as well. I feel like we're not even performing to the best potential, as I said. But there's a few individuals that I wanted to bring up, in my opinion, and we're obviously going to get into the player ratings in a little bit as well. Mo Salah, 12 games in a row now where he's contributed either a goal or an assist in the game. He's the only player in Premier League history to do it twice. Respect the king. Yeah? You know what I'm saying? Respect the king. So to all those fans that are saying, oh, he's just a goal scorer, he doesn't offer anything else, he's actually got more assists than goals. So now he's just showing his creative side and shows that he can just do it all. What a player Mohamed Salah is. And now the one that you guys have probably been waiting for, the guy that people say that I struggle to praise and I have an agenda against, Mr. Darwin Nunez, who now I believe is on 3 Premier League goals. I feel like he definitely deserved to start today. He was phenomenal today. Now, I know it's me and I'm complimenting Darwin, but listen, I want my players to prove me wrong. I had the whole thing with Jota a couple years ago, if you guys remember that, and I admitted I was wrong with Jota. Now Nunez, again, this season I wasn't too sure how he was going to start with Gakpo starting the season. Well, with Gakpo ending the season so well, I wasn't really too sure where Darwin was going to fit in. Probably he was going to play the Europa League games and whatnot. But guess what? He did play the Europa League game, but now he's earned himself a start in the Premier League, and I feel like when he played today, it wasn't even the finishing for me that was what I was really looking at. Because with Darwin, I feel like he's always going to miss chances, but he's always going to get loads of chances with his movement and the amount of chaos he creates. What I was impressed with Darwin Nunez today was the movement, holding up the play, the little touches in tight spaces, using his strength to get in behind and to pin down defenders. I'm going to say it right now. That's the best I've seen his hold-up play in a Liverpool shirt, in my opinion, over the course of 90 minutes. Even though he didn't play the 90 minutes, but you don't know what I'm talking about. Do you know what I'm saying? With Nunez, my critique lies with these attributes in football, because I feel like these are the attributes that Jurgen Klopp prefers in his strikers. He needs you to be able to hold the ball up, to be able to keep it ticking, to be able to bring the midfield into the game, to be able to bring the wingers into the game. And that is something that he has struggled with. And it's not really a strong part of his game, as he's more of an in-behind, traditional 9. And the fact that he was able to do that today, the fact that we're seeing improvements in his hold-up play, his first-time touches, play is not breaking down when it's getting towards Nunez. That is what I was so impressed with today. Now, it's not quite time for apologies yet. We're going to have to see it in a few more games. This is the first time where I can really say that was, for me, a 9 out of 10 performance from Nunez, where I feel like he was brilliant all game. I'm going to be real, he did miss the sitter, but as I said, he's going to miss chances. And I've kind of got used to that now. And to be fair, he finished the harder one. Over the shoulder, over the keeper. That's one of the harder finishes you'll see in the Premier League this whole season. So congratulations for that one as well. So very, very impressed with Darwin Nunez. Luis Diaz has kind of fallen off a little bit. I feel like he's still a threat, but in terms of his all-round game and his decision-making, I feel like it has been a little bit iffy, but it's fine because, again, we have Diogo Jota, who's come off the bench and scored. We have Cody Gakpo, who can come off the bench and make a difference, all start and suit kind of the false 9 model even more for Jurgen Klopp. I'm just really positive right now in the way that Liverpool are going about games. This West Ham game was a big challenge. I know it's at Anfield, I know it's at home, but the way West Ham have been moving, it is a bit of a mad thing, I can't even lie. So just to go and get a result in the way that we did is still very impressive. Now, someone who I wanted to also commend was Lucas Paqueta. Now, when obviously City came in with the 80 million bid and plus, everyone was kind of thinking, rah, what, like 80 mil? That's a bit mad. I ain't gonna lie. 80, even I said that 80 mil is a little bit brazy after one season. But I'm not gonna lie, he was the best player on the pitch. We couldn't touch him. He nutmegged Szoboszlai and flicked it over his head, and we had to just foul him. You know when you gotta just kick a man because he's just doing too much? Bro, the guy was moving nuts. Every little touch, every little flick, his through balls, the over the top, the deliveries, like, again, he was just phenomenal, and I can honestly see why the price tag is there. I'd love to have a player like Paqueta. I feel like he's someone that we should be looking at as well going forward, because he is such a good player to have in the Arsenal, and I think he's someone that can definitely thrive in the top 6 team, 100%. Another thing that I just wanted to talk about, just a slight concern again, Alisson was forced into a save, and Mikel Antonio, who was running his mouth, by the way, running his mouth only to be in Virgil's pocket and to be in Matip's pocket. So again, I don't want to hear nothing from you. Less of the verbal chat about finishing on top of Liverpool and, I reckon we can beat them at. Listen, we don't allow me in it. Just allow me with the chat. Less of that waffling and just focus on the football, brother. Focus on the ball. You know what I'm saying? We were forced into a few saves and a few opportunities that West Ham probably should have put away in the early stages of the game before we did go and get the goal from the penalty spot from Mo. So, again, I feel like we still got to focus on starting games a little bit faster because we do have Tottenham. Spurs are not going to let us start games like the Lasks, the Bournemouths, the Newcastles. They're not going to allow it. We could either be 3-0 down or it'll be the game will end 3-3, and I feel like we would have dropped points for no reason. Now, I know we got away from home to a very strong Spurs side, but I do back us to win that game, and we'll get into that one in another episode where I obviously do my predictions and we'll do the preview and we'll run all of that. But yeah, man, I'm just very impressed with Liverpool right now. I have my critiques in certain places, but that's only because of the high standards for the club. But all in all, I'm so happy to go and get the 3 points. As other teams will go and tell you, 3 points ain't easy in the Prem these days. So to go and get 5 in a row, that is a serious statement for the Premier League. We might just be back. Player ratings. We're going to start with Alisson. So my boy Ali made a very, very good save. He's making world-class saves every game pretty much. So I'm going to give him a straight 9. He just gets a 9. I feel like the goal is off the post and then there's not really much you can do about that. But his distribution was brilliant. His commanding of his box was brilliant. Just gets a 9. Just gets a 9, really. I'm going to go Joel Matip. For me, steps in above Konate, who I feel was the right choice. I feel like Konate hasn't had a very good start to the season. And Joel Matip, for me, is someone who stepped in. And even though he's probably our 3rd or 4th choice centre-back, he has been decent every time he's played. And I think he did warrant a start and he proved his worth today. So I'm going to say Joel Matip, for me, gets a solid 8 out of 10. Verge, colossal, just bullied Antonio all game. So for me, Virgil van Dijk's getting an 8.5 out of 10. Robbo made a couple crucial interceptions. I feel like he made the fouls when he needed to. I think his delivery was decent, and going forward, he was okay. I think going forward, the decision-making needs to probably improve a little bit, but that's fine for me. I think defensively, he was sound, and his all-round game was decent as well. So I'm going to give Robbo an 8 out of 10 as well. Joe Gomez, I feel like he actually impressed me at right back. A much better start to the game than he did at Wolves. He wasn't out of this world, but he was decent in it. So I'm going to give Joey an 8 out of 10 as well. Onto the midfields. Curtis, for me, ball retention was good. I feel like his passing was good as well. Very good dribbling. I feel like he won the ball back whenever he did lose it as well. So I'm going to give Curtis Jones an 8 out of 10. Szoboszlai, or him, if you want to call him him, because he is him. Another good performance from him. I'm going to give him an 8.5. I feel like he was everywhere today. Not one of his best performances. I feel like he's been putting up 9s pretty much. But yeah, 8.5, probably a slightly lower rating for him. But still 8.5 is a great rating nonetheless. We're going to look at McAllister now. McAllister, for me, I'm going to give him a 6.5. Actually, you know what now? I'm lying. I'm going to give him a 7.5 just for the assist alone, because that was a world-class assist. However, I feel like in the game, he was a bit lapsadaisical. He is playing out of position, and I know the 6 isn't really his role, especially on his own, but the few times he's lost the ball could be costly, and he can't keep doing it. And it's maybe one game too many where I've seen him lose the ball. So I'm going to give him a 7.5. Mo, we're going to get an 8. I feel like his all-round game today was brilliant. Scores the penalty, earns it himself. Probably should have had a couple other assists, and maybe another goal to his game. I feel like he was excellent today. Darwin Nunez, for me, gets a 9 out of 10. Again, hold-up play was brilliant. Finish was unreal. Missed the opportunity before that, and he responded again with a world-class finish. So again, brilliant from Nunez today. Really, really happy with his performance. Diaz is going to get a 6.5 for me. I thought probably the worst performer on the pitch, but not so much a stinker, just kind of bad, just a bit above average for me. Jurgen Klopp today got the lineup right, got the tactics right. We done what we needed to do, got the job done. I think the substitutions were fine as well. It was good to see Gravenberch. It was good to see Diogo Jota as well come off the bench and score. So he'll get his rating as well. Diogo Jota, for me, he just gets an immediate 8 just for coming off the bench and scoring. Gakpo was good off the bench as well. And of course, it was good to see Endo enter the fray as well. So all in all, listen, another great dub. Liverpool, 2nd in the league, 5 wins in a row. What can I say? Who really wants to play us right now? I don't really know. It's been another episode of Big Six Fans. Make sure you guys drop a sub if you are new to the channel. Drop a comment on what you guys thought of the West Ham Liverpool game and what you think Liverpool can do going forward. And make sure you smash that like button. It's been another episode of Big Six Fans, and we will see you in the next one.